There we go.
Right, you lied. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Mm.
Let's oh, I gotta send the link out to everybody before everyone starts jumping in here for the comments. Because I have a lot of anime heads who wanna jump up in here.
As they should.
That's why you got to
Facts.
start watching it, man. It's the shit.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. You hold your horses, all right?
Oh, we gonna get into it. We gonna get into it.
We are. Yes, we are. It's gonna be a good one.
I can't wait. I need to hear who people favorites is. I need to see these sleeper anime.
Facts.
Well, shit. You collect any anime stuff?
Do I collect them?
Yeah.
Not like the little bobbleheads or anything like that, but I just read a bunch of like fucking manga. Like I read it like crazy, like all day.
I got a
Mon-
whole showcase filled with statues and a pile of manga right next to it.
Whew. Oh, you
I gotta send it to you too, right, Joel? So you can send it to your homie.
Yep.
I'm trying to get on that level, but my whole showcase is gonna be like Naruto.
my man has a
The Naruto ones are dope, but I collect all the waifu ones. Let me send this to my friend right quick.
I sent it to everybody that I think I need to send it to. Let's got tag my man Rob, light skinned dolphin snowflake. My man got a crazy name.
son.
That's wild.
my man, my man. I don't know why he ain't changed that yet.
I listen, man. If you guys only knew, my my man's name was just light skinned Rob at one point. That's all it was, straight up. Then all of a sudden, one day we just see like a shark or a dolphin and a snowflake with emojis up in his name. We're just like, what the fuck is going on with my man right now?
I don't know I don't know what he going through, bro. Or he's going through a crisis.
He's from New York, though. You know, New York guys are different.
That's true. That
All
is
right.
true.
So, for those of us who aren't super familiar with anime, exactly what is anime? Or how would you describe it to somebody?
Mm, dang. I mean, I would say it's an animation art form that has certain characteristics that was inspired by Japanese culture. I would mostly figure into that. There's a large discrepancy between what people would consider anime and what's not. But basically I would go towards Japanese culture themed stuff as anime.
All right.
For me, I just define it as any type of animation that is particularly from Japan. And people always argue there's anime from China and Korea and stuff. If it's from China, they have different names for it. Like Chinese is called Donghua, and Korean is called Hangogani. I think the names are just there to tell you what country it comes from.
Ooh, my man got a pronunciation.
But
Ooh.
but
I was reading
all
earlier today as well that in Japan the term anime is used to refer to pretty much anything animated, and it's outside of Japan that it really kind of refers back to Japan, or that's what I found out today.
well, yeah, because you know, in Japan, it's a Japanese cartoon. It's just a cartoon for them.
It's
Just
like a cheesesteak in Philly, right? That's
right,
the
exactly. A cheesesteak in Philly is just a cheesesteak. It's not a Philly cheesesteak. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like that.
makes
That's
sense.
pretty good.
It's the same concept. So just a couple things because I'm not super familiar with anime. I watched a couple. I dabbled. I dabbled here and there. I watched all of Blood of Zeus. I don't know if you consider that anime. It's not really Japanese. I don't think. I don't know who made it.
It's made by an American studio, I
Yeah.
believe.
So that's not that's not anime. Then.
No,
Not necessarily.
it has a lot of stylization from anime, but it's iffy if I would actually consider it an anime in itself.
Okay. So it's an
But the thing
Americanized
is,
anime.
that was also made.
What's that?
The thing is, it was also made by the studio that did Castlevania, but that's also considered an anime. So it gets iffy when you get into the details of it.
Okay.
Yeah, Castlevania was good though. Castlevania was pretty decent.
Huh?
Castlevania is awesome. I loved it.
Yeah. So I watched all of Blood of Zeus. I watched. I was into Dragon Ball when I was younger. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I went through all of those. I tried watching some other ones. Joel put me on to what am I watching? Samurai Champloo.
Yes.
Oh, you pronounced it right. I can't believe it.
Well, see,
Samurai
it
Champloo is
was
amazing.
it was Samurai Shampoo until I watched the show.
Yeah. What do you think of that so far?
I pronounced well. I only watched the first 2 episodes so far because we've had a busy weekend. But
Yeah.
I'm liking Jin. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
So Jin's cool. I like Mugen.
Yes.
That right?
Mm.
Mugen.
Mhm.
He just killed Big
Mugen, yeah.
Cuz. He just killed Big Cuz.
Big
I don't know.
Cool, bro.
I don't know his name, but he killed Big Cuz. It was a sad scene. He killed Big Cuz. So I saw that.
Oh shit.
But I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it. I watched some Attack on Titan with the wife. Attack on Titan, it's a love-hate thing. So I like some of the characters in the show. But one of the things that strays me away from anime is the over dramatic, over emotional characters. Like the people who are like what's his name? Eren, right? Is like constantly yelling and screaming, like, just sit down and calm down, bro. Like just chill. Chill out. Naruto too, he's always yelling. Chill. Just chill out.
That's a
Scott
common
prefers
thing.
those. Scott prefers those really chill wrestling matches. Those
gotta
super undramatic.
He wants the Death Note. He gotta have a Death Note, bro.
Yep.
Hey, if Death Note is the one, I'll check it out. It's the constant yelling and screaming for me. That's just like, oh man, I just can't do this. Like,
Death Note was
I've been
captivating.
telling you to watch Death Note. I've been telling you to watch Death Note for a while now. It's pretty good. It does have its dramatic moments, but it's not shonen jump style drama where like you said, they're yelling and screaming the whole time.
yeah, no, like I swear, like I watched the wife watch a lot of Naruto. She was like binge watching it, and every time I walked into the living room, was just like constantly screaming. I was like, what the fuck is that kid's problem, bro? Why is he
It's the
screaming like
Nine
that?
Tails.
I can't sit here. I couldn't sit here and watch this kid screaming at me for an hour every day.
I think Scott should watch.
That's my boy.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm not saying I'm not saying the show's bad. I'm not saying the show's bad or anything. It's just it's hard to get past that for me.
I get it.
But so some of the things that I want. Well, I want you guys to kind of talk about because y'all know me. I'm into comic superhero shit like that. So who would you say is like the Superman of anime? Who is the all powerful? Who is that guy or girl? Because I know anime is not sexist at all.
Bruh. That's too vast. That's too vast of a thing, bro. Dude, like there's so many different levels of like
exactly.
Is that what it is?
like yeah, bro. Like this is a constant like this is constant debate amongst anime lovers across like everywhere about like if Goku was to fight like One Punch Man like Saitama, like who would win? Like these are like they have constant matchups like that all the time. So like to answer that as far as like who the Superman would be, is it you couldn't do it. Like there's only like one person that's like that per franchise essentially or series. Like that's pretty much it.
Mr. Novak, do you agree with that?
Goku and Saitama is the big battle, everyone says. Goku is a bit more serious, but Saitama definitely has the Toon Force going on for him. Because he's more of a parody character.
So, before we get too far into that, I'm going to stop you right there. Because remember that thing that I was telling you that I wanted to talk about while I was at work? I said, I have something I want to talk about with you guys. And it's something that's kind of generic, but it's something that is out there. So, just doing some research about anime, because like I said, I'm not as fluent as you guys are in this. Nowhere near it, actually. I bumped into WatchMojo's.com's top 10 anime fights that people want to see. So I have them all written down, all 10 fights. And I kind of want to see what you guys say about who would win in these fights.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
So,
very.
If I pronounce these names wrong, please bear with me and correct it, because I am going to pronounce some of these names wrong. I want to tell you that right now. So number 10 was Master Roshi from Dragon Ball, obviously, versus Genkai from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Ooh, dang!
Wow.
On that one, I think.
How would that line up? Yeah?
That was number 10. That was the worst of the matchups.
I'm biased. I'm biased.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm biased with you, bro.
I'm biased, man. Yu Yu Hakusho is.
Oh, so you're biased. Also, first off, how do you say his name? Is it Genkai or Gen? How do you say his name?
It's Genkai, and it's actually an old lady.
Yeah. Oh, okay, her and Genkai. Okay, so you guys are biased to Genkai.
I am, because
Right,
Yu Yu Hakusho holds a special place for me.
I only know Master Roshi out of those two, so I biasly have to go with Master Roshi. But I want to hear why you guys would pick who it is you pick.
I mean, Genkai is pretty old in her series, and if you look at Roshi, he's obviously a lot older. But the thing is, when you see him fight, he goes to the Tournament of Power, which is this big universal level fight. He's in there putting in work. I don't think Genkai would be able to hold up against that. Like, she trained Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, and he's like the strongest person on the planet, but he's definitely not Dragon Ball Z level strong.
Reckless, do we agree with that?
Yeah, like I said, I agree with that what he says. I have a personal bias because Genkai just holds such a special place in my heart, especially with Yu Yu Hakusho having the best theme song of possibly all time.
Hey, I don't know. Samurai Shampoo is pretty good, all right?
Yu Yu Hakusho's top 5 best theme songs of all time.
I'm pretty partial to Tank myself, so
I know Tank, the R&B singer. That's the Tank I know.
Tank is the intro for Bebop.
I gotta follow suit with Fox.
Yeah.
I'm going with Master Roshi as well. Just the way he was able to hold his own in the power.
My man Wilmer is a big anime head as well.
Is Master Roshi putting people in capsules too? Is that like what we?
I mean, if it was a full fight, you would have
Wilmer,
access to everything, including
that. All right, so
this guy here.
I think Wilmer is commenting on the original question of who the Superman is of anime. He said that's tough because Melodias, is that the name?
Yeah,
Meliodas.
Melodious.
Meliodas from
Melodious.
Seven Deadly Sins could use full counter and hurt a lot of the anime cast if he catches them. Anime has too many vast powers, so
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
it's pretty
What's
much
that
what
one
you
more?
guys were saying.
There are characters that have abilities that are so broken. Like, I'm wearing my freaking hard to see, but my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure shirt. If you go to the part with the Mafia Golden Wind, there's a guy whose ability is it prevents you from doing what your ability is, and just like puts you in an infinite loop of just you dying in the most horrible ways for all eternity. So I mean, that's another character they say. Giorno from Golden Wind is like you can't beat him because he has Gold Experience Requiem. Just depends on the ability and how fast they can get it off, I suppose.
I'm really glad you're talking Japanese in the podcast. It's making me very excited. Um, yeah. Listen, the anime watchers are gonna know what you just said. I have no fucking clue what you just said.
I mean, like the other thing is like you could say Itachi put you in the genjutsu that does something very similar. So it's like I don't know. It all depends on how fast you can get something off like that.
Yeah, Wilmer said it's super broken. All right, so it seems like most are going towards Master Roshi for that fight. So number 9 on the list is Crocodile from One Piece against Gaara from Naruto.
I'm not too familiar with One Piece, so I can't really comment. But it also depends on if Gaara has Shikaku still or not. Because when he has that, he's just an absolute monster.
That's true.
If he has what?
Are they
Shikaku.
saying young Gara or are they talking about older Gara?
I don't know.
Basically, Scotty,
I couldn't tell you.
he basically had a monster put in him that gives him access to different abilities and makes it so he has like an absolutely massive amount of energy. But he lost it halfway through the series, so before or after, he's obviously going to be stronger with it.
Let's assume full power. Why not?
Full power? I don't know Crocodile at all, so I can't really comment.
Yeah, I'm
cool.
not big on One Piece.
So One Piece is not popular for anime. Is that not a popular one?
One Piece?
No,
No,
it's
One Piece
is very popular, but
like One Piece is one.
My fault.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All
There's
right,
Gaara.
One Piece is one of those things that I feel as though you had to grow up with One Piece, because if you can't get into One Piece now, because One Piece is long as hell, bro. Like long for absolutely no reason. So like getting past the point to where One Piece will actually be like good to watch, nobody's gonna invest that type of time because it has like what, close to 800 episodes or something like that.
It's over 1,000 right now.
So
Yeah, it's like
1,000
over. Like, yeah, bro. Like I don't have that much time in my life. I'm a grown adult. I have bills.
I don't know if Days of Our Lives has that many episodes. That's fucking ridiculous.
Sesame
One
Street
Piece.
has like 2,000. There's a funny thing about it.
Wilmer says at full power, Gaara should definitely be winning.
I mean, Gaara's ability is he could just straight up seal him in a giant pyramid made of sand, and he'll be stuck there for eternity.
Right.
Again, Naruto has a lot of broken abilities that are diverse and stuff too.
Yes.
So we're just gonna lead towards Gaara for this one. We're gonna assume full power. We're gonna go Gaara.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we can go on that. Yeah, I wish D-Man was in the chat for this one because I know he's more familiar with One Piece. I think he's been watching that one for a while, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so number 8 on the list, we have Android 18, a personal favorite of mine.
Waifu status
from Dragon Ball.
Definitely waifu status.
Versus Makoto Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell.
That's not even a fucking battle, dude. Android 18 would wipe the floor with her.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know who that. I know Android 18. I'm going with her.
Kusanagi's just a normal robot, like a human robot. She's stronger than people, but she's not fighting anyone in Dragon Ball Z. Like, she could maybe beat Mr. Satan in Dragon Ball Z in a fight because she's a robot and badass, but she doesn't shoot lasers, she doesn't fly. I mean, she could jump over, like, small buildings and shit, but that's about it. Like, Android 18 would punch her once, and she'd literally just explode and die.
Yeah.
And I know this because Ghost in the Shell is my absolute favorite. I am absolutely in love with Kusanagi, so
Yeah, that's a bad matchup. Like overall, that's a horrible matchup.
yeah,
That should have been 10.
I mean, okay,
That's a horrible matchup.
I'm
I'm
guessing. I'm guessing it's just Android on Robot Crime. I'm guessing that's why they put this.
I'm
Was
reaching
that's
pretty
what.
far with this, but Kusanagi can turn invisible, so I mean, the thermoptic camouflage. Maybe she can like. She wouldn't be able to stab her with a knife because Android 18 is a cyborg just like her.
Android can
I
sense power though, so I
I was
mean,
gonna say
Right.
I want you to remember when Android 17 and 18 first stepped on the scene. I want you to remember that fucking moment because I do.
When they
yes.
killed Jero.
I remember that moment for 4 fucking weeks straight because I was watching that shit live. 4 weeks straight, I was like, "What the fuck?" um. So all right, so we're going automatically Android 18 on that one because obviously you
Yeah.
guys said that Ghost in the Shell, Kusanagi is
Yep.
not a match. Um.
Love Ghost in the Shell though.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell is fire.
Apparently, I gotta watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, you gotta watch that.
Like it's amazing.
Fire.
Number 7 on the list is Dio Brando
Oh, Dio. I love Dio.
from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure against Hamura Akime. Akime. I don't know who the hell this is. It's from Quella Maki Madoka Magical.
Oh, Madoka Magica. Okay. You guys probably aren't familiar with that because it's a magical girl show, but I watched it. It's really dark and sick and fucked up. And I have no idea who you said, but I'm assuming you're talking about the girl that could stop time like her, which would make the
Yes.
most sense.
Hello, what's up, man?
I actually watched
What was that second chick's name?
RVU in the building.
Dude,
Hamura Akime.
Hamura Akame.
Hamura Akime.
Okay. Homura,
Wait,
okay. Yeah.
What was the fight?
It's gonna be Dio Brando.
Dio
You guys
Brando.
probably aren't familiar with him either. I don't know if you guys
From
are JoJo's.
JoJo's.
And I guarantee you none of you have seen Madoka Magica, but
He said we love Dark
I mean
Age.
Dio Brando's a vampire and shit, so he has his really strong abilities with that, but her being a witch and stuff, it'd be a really tough fight. I mean, I don't know if she can still move during Dio's stop time, but her thing is she kind of just rewinds time and stops it too. So it all come down to they can move in each other's stop time.
So it's a time versus time thing.
I mean, honestly, I don't think or the girl from Madoka would be able to do anything against Dio Brando's. You see Dio in his picture, that guy behind him, that's his stand, and other people can't see him unless they have stands. And that stand can move fast enough to catch bullets, throw like 1,000 punches in a second and shit. So, I mean,
Okay.
Dio would just throw that guy out there, and if you don't have a stand, you can't do anything to damage his stand. So, just because of the stand factor alone, I would have to give it to Dio. And
Wilmer
plus
says
Dio being
the Magical Girl show was dope. So
yeah, it was fucking great. Actually, my friend Chloe told me to watch that one. Like, yeah.
I have not watched that one yet.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, so going off of what Joe said, I mean what Joe said, what fucking Joel said. It sounds like Dio Brando's the one for that one.
I would have to say yes.
All right. So let's see if you guys know these guys. Number 6 was Mob from Mob Psycho 100.
Ooh, okay.
You guys familiar with that one? All right.
Yes.
Versus Psyche from The Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Did I say that right?
I've never seen Psyche K. I mean, in the community, I see that matchup a lot. Everyone says Psyche K, so I can't really go against it. But Mob, when he gets like, he holds up his emotions, and when they reach 100%, which is like why it's called Mob Psycho 100, he absolutely loses his shit and just massacres the shit out of everyone. So, I mean, it's done some serious stuff, like putting up a straight barrier and taking attacks that would destroy towns and shit. I don't know what Psyche K could do. And also, I believe Psyche K is another Toon Force style anime. So
Mob's pretty hard to beat. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's like Mob's very overpowered.
he's the counterpart to Saitama, actually. Same author made both of them, if I remember correctly. So he's also a Toon Force character, I guess you could say.
It makes sense. He has a
One,
lot
one
of
more,
Saitama type qualities.
one says mob all day.
I'm
One says mob all day. Mob's the one.
gonna have to go with Mob too, just because he's my boy.
Respectable.
Lala loves Mob.
This guy, Mob Psycho is great. I highly recommend that one if you haven't seen it.
Which is funny is Lala's watched both of these, and she definitely liked Mob Psycho more.
Mob
Okay.
Psycho is graphically stunning too. The way the fights are drawn out, it's gorgeous.
He is creepy as fuck.
Who? Which one?
The one whose head looked like an acorn.
Oh, Mob.
Mob, homie, Mob.
Yeah.
I thought you meant me when my face popped up on there.
Wow, what is that? It's like you said. Does she have Wi-Fi? Is that what that is? I'm so
Psyche
confused.
is like an alien or some shit, so it's his antenna, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so it's Wi-Fi.
So it's Wi-Fi.
I mean, over the I in her name, that looks like it's Wi-Fi. I don't know. I'm just sensing internet connections here.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so number 5. Number 5, we got Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star.
Okay, Kenshiro, if he lands one attack on you, it's going to hit a pressure point, and then you're just going to instantly die. But again, Jotaro is the guy who fought Dio Brando and beat him. So not only can his stand also stop time, but he has the stand, which can move much faster than Kenshiro. And it also has a 3-meter range. So Kenshiro would have to get around something he can't see that he can't interact with. Now, Death Battle did this and said Kenshiro won just because he was able to get that one hit in. But Jotaro is also a badass. I'm not going to take the chance of letting him hit him like that. So, I mean, I would have to go with JoJo, mainly because I'm a Joe Bro, but I think Jotaro.
Joe Bro is a thing?
Joe Bro, yeah.
Okay.
One of you guys has to watch JoJo. I can't be the only one who's seen JoJo.
I wonder if it's like a brony thing. Is a Joe Bro is like a real like community of people? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all.
Joe, I promise you, after I finish
watched
Bungo
JoJo.
Stray Dogs, I'll watch JoJo.
JoJo's a little bit slow in the first 2 arcs. But when the 3rd arc, when you see Jotaro and stuff, it just becomes off the wall.
I love that anime, bro.
Yeah, see on the left is Jotaro and Star Platinum. Then you got Kenshiro. Star Platinum is ridiculous, so he also has a bunch of broken abilities too.
So we're going. Are we going JoJo or Kenshiro on this one?
I gotta go Kenshiro because Kenshiro with the one hit, bro. Like one hit, bro. That's all it takes.
One hit, yeah.
This is essentially Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali. That's what you're telling me.
Except one of them can stop time.
Yes,
he has an invisible shield.
It doesn't matter. It's fast against power.
I mean,
yeah,
I suppose.
It's speed
Kenshiro,
against power, right?
has precision too, but yeah, precision and power.
Yeah. Well, so did Mike Tyson. That's what I'm saying. Ali was the dancer, the fast one. You have to hit him. But Mike Tyson's the one that if he hits you,
it's done.
It's night time. You are taking a nap. So that's why I kind of use that. So we're gonna go Kenshiro because if he hits you, that's it. Game over. Night.
It's like getting hit with a bushel of BMWs.
Bushel of BMWs.
Reckless is going Kenshiro.
And some slaw.
And some slaw. Don't forget the slaw. So number 4, we have Monkey D. Luffy, who was from One Piece, So you
Yep.
guys said you guys aren't so familiar with One Piece, but we're gonna throw this one out there anyway because it's on the list.
I mean, I've watched Luffy fight, so
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Monkey D. Luffy versus Natsu Dragneel from Fairy Tail.
Oh man, they're like opposites.
Complete
Luffy is a
opposites.
rubber person,
Oh,
so when they
it's Luffy, not Luffy. Thank you for making me look stupid.
it's
Yeah.
Luffy.
Luffy.
I want
Okay.
to let you look stupid a little bit longer. So
Okay. Well, I don't need your help doing that.
and you said he's going up against Natsu from Fairy Tail.
yeah, Natsu from
Natsu
Fairy
gets-
Tail.
That's such
gets
complete
ridiculously
opposites.
strong.
Jesus Christ. Who picked these matchups?
This is
Right?
WatchMojo.com. You know they're kind of weird.
Clearly. I would have never thought to match them two up. Like, one's Rubber Man, and then this Fairy Tale where I guess I don't know, bro.
I'm
Luffy
biased.
can't
I'm
take
going with
physical damage.
Natsu.
Let's chop this fable.
The only way you
Natsu.
can really beat Luffy in a fight is to like
Drown him.
obviously use fire, use elements, or cut him.
Or
Which
poke
works
him in
out
his,
in Natsu's
poke him in his
favor
big
since
ass
it's Luffy.
eyes. What the fuck is that?
It's Luffy on the left, and then you got Natsu on the right, the Dragon Slayer.
His eyes are so big. Well, I guess all their eyes are big.
You gotta dump Luffy in the water, man.
That's all you have to do. He can't swim.
He can't swim.
Then the
He
problem
literally
is Natsu
can't
gets
swim.
sick when he's on a boat.
Take him on the. He's on a boat like the entire series, and the man can't swim. It's
Hey
the
man,
most ironic.
can't swim.
So take his ass to the water. That's all you got to do. All right. So
But then you
so
can't take him in the water.
we're going with Natsu automatically. Then I mean, come on.
No,
That's not.
Natsu's problem is when whenever a Dragon Slayer is on a form of transportation, they get so sick that they can't move. Which is kind of hilarious because he flies around on a cat all day. Yes, he
Yeah,
flies around on a cat.
I would choose something different to fly around on, but whatever. Whatever floats your boat. If
That's why it's such an interesting matchup.
all right, so I guess Natsu's the one for this one.
I would have to go Luffy just because he has Gear 4 and all those amazing techniques. Luffy does have Dragon Force, which is pretty strong. But Natsu being able to hit him from a mile away with one of his attacks and bulking up with Gear 4 and all the hockey and stuff he has, I think it would be a better matchup against it.
Can you find that same picture with the Infinity Gauntlet, please?
Infinity Gauntlet, but it has to be Dragon or Devil Fruit.
All right, so I guess we're going Luffy on that.
Yeah,
Number 3. Now I know both of these characters, but I'm not sure why. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is super fucking one-sided. We have Cell from Dragon Ball. I'm assuming Perfect Cell.
okay.
I'm assuming Final Form Cell
Okay.
against Miriam from Monster Across Monster, Monster X Monster, whatever the fuck it is.
No, Huntex.
Meruem from Hunter x
Hunter.
Hunter.
Hunter X Hunter.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. I said Monster.
Okay,
Remind me. Hunter X Hunter.
Meruem is ridiculously strong and has a lot of broken abilities, along with a healing factor like Cell. But Cell's problem is, if you don't completely wipe him away down to no cells, he'll literally just come back and he'll be stronger due to the Saiyan DNA inside of him. I would have to
Okay.
give it to Cell all day.
Wilmer says Luffy can use hockey and harden himself. Fire wouldn't work on Luffy.
Okay.
I guess. Eh.
I mean, he's fought against...
Hollow Red says Luffy. Shout out Hollow Red. So I'm saying super one-sided because I watched Cell. I watched what Cell did for so many weeks on end. Every week.
I watched Cell power up for 3 episodes.
Oh my goodness, bro! That Cell saga was so draining for me. It was worth it in the end, but it was so draining. I was just like, it was like all the build up and build up and build up, and it was like finally gonna fight. Yeah,
It might be their best arc.
Once it got to the actual fighting season, I was like, all right, this is cool. But like the build up was just like, fucking Christ, just kill the fat
Yeah.
android, kill him, just kill him already.
Kill the fat android.
Why is this man still walking around looking like a clown? Why is he still walking around here? Just kill him. But yeah, I would have to say Cell personally, but like maybe you guys know something I don't.
I can't think of anything Miriam would be able to use against Cell that Cell couldn't just slap away.
Yeah, Wilmer says Cell.
I'm going with Cell too.
People match them up is because they kind of look similar. They both have tails with needles at the end and they're green. So,
Oh, okay. So you can put Reptar in there and it'll be fine.
I mean, does he have a needle at the end of his tail?
Shit, he might. We
Like,
don't know.
literally like a syringe needle.
We've only seen Reptar walking around in a suit. We don't know what the real Reptar's like. Shout out Reptar.
That is true.
Wow.
Might be the same dude.
Right? Or Yoshi.
How
Even
similar
Yoshi.
they are.
Yeah,
And
That's so
Metal
rough.
is
That's
badass
so rough.
too.
It's like Cell lost to Gohan.
Thank you.
And
Gohan had the spirit of Goku behind him. Alright. That was 2 on
But-
1. He got jumped.
Buddy beat
1.5 on 1.
Herc would beat both though. He said Herc would beat both.
Herc.
chill. Buddy beat the head of the thing, man. That fight hurt my heart.
I am very
Metal beating Old Man.
Yeah.
is
That fight hurt my heart.
is Hollow Red referring to Hercule, like Mr. Satan?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
he's referring to
Alright.
Hercule.
Yeah.
So I am very partial to weird characters myself. I think Mr. Popo is the fucking goat. That's what
Nah,
I'm
man. I just want Vegeta to get a win, man. They keep holding my man Vegeta, and I keep.
Listen, Vegeta's the greatest character of all of anime. He's in a league of his own as far as I'm concerned. But Mr. Popo is like my weird favorite character. I love
You know
Mr.
what?
Popo.
If you like Mr. Popo, you should check out the abridged version of it. They make him so badass in it, like everyone's terrified of him. It's hilarious.
I want to say Mr. Popo's blackface, but I could be wrong. It looks very racist.
It does look
is,
very
right?
racist, but
It
does.
right?
But
the
abridged version is hilarious, bro.
I want to know who in Japan was like, you know what, this is gonna be okay. We're gonna do this.
It's the same thing as the Jinx Pokemon. It's back in the day, the girls in school and stuff would put on the dark face paint and with the bright pink lips and shit, and it was just a big thing they did back in the day.
Don't get the community after you; they'll cancel you. They try to get Amphion Crockett. Don't do it. They tried to get him. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That's terrible.
Oh, that's cool.
I see what you're saying.
Black too, though. They changed Jinx to purple because it was racist. They said it used to be the same color palette as Mr. Popo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Popo is definitely blackface. That is blackface, like no doubt. that is without question. I it's been a while since I've seen Mr. Popo, but like I just saw like just seeing that right now, just like ooh, that's bad. That's real bad.
I remember cracking up the first time I've ever seen Mr. Popo on Dragon Ball Z. Like his face is just wild.
Hey, he's like Piccolo's Alfred though, isn't he? Isn't that like his?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Kami Piccolo.
Yeah. Alfred's a bad motherfucker, man. I'm just saying, Alfred's a bad motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. All right, so that was number 3. We got Cell winning number 3. Number 2, I'm definitely gonna probably say this shit wrong. Light Yagami from Death Note.
Light Yagami.
Okay.
What is it?
Light Yagami.
Light Yagami from Death Note versus Lelouch v Britannia.
That's the one.
Oh my God. From Lelouch.
I go with this one all the time, bro. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite matchup of all
This is
time.
like the of smart people.
What is the name of that show? Because I will butcher that name
That's
right now.
Code Geass.
All
right, I would have said Code Geass, and I would have got canceled for it. So I I have no idea how to pronounce that. So Code Geass it is. I'm glad you guys said it. So let's chop this one.
This one is tough. Light, they're both really smart characters, but not, when I think it comes down to strategizing and planning ahead, no anime character is on the level that Lelouch is. He is an absolute beast with everything he does.
So he is
Plus,
the
he has
he is the Batman / Tony Stark of anime.
but except if you give them an ability that lets you make people do whatever you want, then that would be Lelouch.
That's called money, my friend. They got that
Well,
too.
I mean, I guess. I mean, and then Light has the book where all he has to do is write your name in it with an image of your face, and then you'll die. But the thing is,
Oh,
they would have to know about each other first,
so he
and
got
it
the
depends.
butterfly effect. Okay.
They would
So
have to know of each other because Lelouch doesn't go out like that as Lelouch. When he's Lelouch, he's literally just a high school student. But then he puts on the mask and the outfit, and he's Zero. And that's when he goes out and does all the military moves and stuff. He
Ain't,
literally toppled the strongest empire in the world.
ain't that what Tuxedo Mask is? Just a high school student, so he puts his little mask on.
chill, chill, chill.
Lelouch as Zero. Then obviously, Light has the Shinigami
Yeah.
Ryuk with him,
I
and he
already
can
knows
kind
what I'm
of.
talking about.
So here's the only thing. When we go Lelouch versus Light, which versions are we talking about? Because are we talking about Light after the L situation, or are we talking about Light pre L?
I don't know, bro.
Because I feel like that's two different Lights. Like, if we're gonna be honest, and then are we talking about Lelouch before he had the his memories lost after he fought
After he fought his father, and
yeah,
got
after he
whooped.
fought his father, he got his ass beat, or are we talking about after that when he came back and did what we all know that he did?
So did,
Like,
did, did,
which
did he did he beat his father's ass, or did his father beat his ass?
not his father. His father whooped his ass, bro.
I can go into details and explain how it happened, but it's pretty complicated, so I
Yeah,
won't. But
it was
it just
a.
is bad.
Remember how we said to watch Death Note?
Yeah.
Death Note is the premise, and there's a certain point of Death Note where Death Note is like, after this, Death Note isn't no longer Death Note. Code Geass is Death Note, except the whole way through. Like, the same type level of thinking, and if Death Note didn't take the easy way out. That's how I feel like Code Geass is. If so,
So what you're telling me is this person is a worse father than Goku.
His father is king of the empire that controls the whole entire world, basically.
yes.
All I'm saying is
And basically,
Goku's a bad dad. That's all I'm saying. He's a terrible father.
I mean, I suppose his father would not necessarily. It's really tough when you're talking about this. His father directly didn't do
No,
anything
it's
bad.
not that tough. Piccolo's Gohan's daddy. I don't want to hear that shit. Piccolo
I'm
raised that
talking
boy.
about the king of the canyon.
Oh, okay.
What was his
Honestly,
name? Harold or something?
I don't know.
Come on, Scotty.
Uh,
You're supposed to know this.
no, listen, Truby's the Google expert. He's on this.
This is also one of my favorite battles, though. I think it'd be a really good matchup going back and forth between each other. Light would try and do something, use his Death Note, because he can control people with it for a short amount of time and collect some info. But then Lelouch would have a whole empire on his side and stuff. Not going out in public. He tricked the whole world. No one had any idea who he was, and he was doing all this crazy shit until he basically toppled the world government, became king of the world. So I don't know. I think becoming king of the world or failing at trying to become a god that controls all crime in the world, I would have to give it to Lelouch. Not because I'm biased towards Code Geass and I love it, but in honest opinion, I would have to give it to Lelouch because he's a lot smarter and his ability is broken as fuck. I don't think Light would ever actually get his name. I think they would just
The,
battle with Light trying to figure out what his name is and not knowing.
the question is, does Light still have access to Mikasa? Wait, no, is her name Mikasa
It's
or
Misa Misa.
Misa Misa? Does he have access to Misa Misa? Because Misa Misa has Shinigami eyes, and what
But the
she would
thing
be
is,
able to.
she would be able to see his name, but she wouldn't be able to see his face through the Zero Mask. And it doesn't work with a picture. It has to be looking. Does it work with a picture? I know it doesn't work with a drawn picture. I believe you have to actually see them on TV or see them in person for it to work. I don't remember if like a camera picture will work. But then again, no one would be able to get it. But I mean, if she did see him, he does go by Lelouch v. Britannia, but in his public name, it's Lelouch Lamperouge. He changed his name so he can't be traced back to that position.
Dirty
Which,
Very
I mean,
true.
fuck,
The
his
first
name is
person
Lelouch.
that the first person that song was what was the girl's name? The one who was fighting on that side against him, and she saw him because he ended up getting injured in battle.
Are you talking about the girl that likes him with the lisp that was at the same school? Or are you talking about
I'm talking about the one that was in the military. But I think she ended up. I'm not
you're
sure.
talking about Colin?
Yes.
She never saw his face. It took her until way later to figure out who he was when he finally came out with who he was and what his plan was. Yes,
That's
he came out.
Was it the friend? Was it the friend that saw his face that went to the same
It
school
was
who was like an
it was
admirer of her
it
friend or
was
something?
Shirley. Shirley saw his face because the battle was going on, and Lelouch kind of had to eject because he's not the best nightmare pilot, and he got his nightmare destroyed, and he's kind of knocked out. And then that girl Violetta came, or whatever the hell her actual name is. She came and saw who he was after. Shirley was
That's
there
what it was.
and saw who he was first, but then that's why Lelouch came and erased her memory and shit. So
Oh no, that's such a tough matchup, man. I would love to see that matchup of like, oh my god, that's such a beautiful matchup. One of my favorites.
Truby, you got to agree that the worst father in anime is definitely Von Droot. No one's on his level.
Yes, I do. Absolutely, man. Von Drew.
wait. Who is this?
He's
This is the
from
dude
Made in
from
Abyss.
Made in Abyss. He's dad of the year for sure. Yeah.
Oh, please
100%.
elaborate. I need to know before we hit number one. Please elaborate.
Okay,
Uh,
there is the abyss, which is the hole, and it goes straight down in the ground. Whatever, it's like a kilometer wide. The further you go down, the worse the curse is. So you can't go back up.
Sniffles
And the
vagina, we
fourth,
get it.
okay, the fifth level is the last place you can go and return. And basically, he has a base on the fifth layer, and he takes orphans. He raises them so that they love him, treats them fair, and then he throws them into the bottom of the abyss and pulls them back up. And what happens is they end up like basically turning inside out and dying, losing all humanity or whatever. But basically, the girl he called his daughter because he found out that you can negate the curse of the abyss by having someone that has intense love for you. And basically, he took this girl and he removed all of her body parts, all her skin and bones and everything, stuffed her in a suitcase, basically attached to a rig. So when he went into the abyss and came back up, she received most of the curse, and he received what he called the blessing. So his strength and shit just became like off the wall insane. He transformed into a furry, basically. But he
Oh,
is an absolute fucking monster.
that sounds
And
like
like,
some real Jeffrey Dahmer type shit.
he's doing
the
all of this.
guy's
Like,
nuts.
he is absolutely like emotionless during this thing too. Like he's getting like he's fighting with the main characters and stuff, and he's getting beaten the whole time. He's like, "Wow, this is awesome!" Like an emotionless bastard. I think he truly did care about the children. It's just that spending a lot of time in the abyss. Not only does your body get attacked by the curse, but your mind too. And then also the fact that he literally sacrificed his original body and transferred his consciousness to another guy. So his
Now,
mind is completely fucked up. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Wilmer just asked about Baki's dad. Who is Baki?
He's
Baki's dad, what's his name? Hanma or something like that? I
Aki's
can't
dad's
remember
pretty
his name.
bad.
He's a badass as shit. He's really strong. Baki characters are ridiculous, but they're not like on Dragon Ball Z One Punch Man levels, I feel.
Oh, yeah, that's some creepy like fucking
Yeah, that's Von Droot after
Digimon type shit.
Okay, the robot head on his head is the main character, along with the girl on the tail. The rabbit girl was a girl that when he first discovered how the abyss works, he sent the rabbit girl down in the abyss
Oh,
with her
so this
best
this
friend.
this is from the Made in Abyss.
Yes,
Okay.
he sent the rabbit girl before she transformed with her best friend down into the abyss and pulled them both out. So basically, he said, if you don't want your friend to die, you have to take the whole strain of the abyss. So her friend basically turned into the blob and became immortal and couldn't die because of how much curse she received. And she turned into a furry because of it. And then that girl on the left is his daughter, who he used in the fucking cartridge, is what he calls it, to become that furry monster you see. He didn't look like that originally, obviously.
Well,
The girl who he took out of her body, stuffed into a suitcase, and then made to endure all the horrors of hell, basically.
this looks like Children of the Corn fuck Digimon. That's what I see when I look at this fucking picture.
And that's a very strange drawing picture of them. It doesn't look anything like that.
Yeah, this is somebody's art interpretation of it, but this
okay.
is definitely
What is
anime
it?
dad of the year. This guy here.
Okay.
I'm about to say,
Like-
it's definitely not that happy.
No,
It's
they
not that
No,
all
it's-
they all look like they're about to go to the park. They're having a good ass time.
No,
The
No,
aborted
no.
nowhere to be found.
Hey,
That's
Reckless,
like,
have you seen Made in Abyss?
what about Berserk? Guts dad?
Berserk is the shit. I saw your picture of Berserk. Of course,
Bruh.
he's the most badass character in anime, hands down.
Guts dad. Low
He's a bad
key,
motherfucker.
low key is an asshole. Yeah, sold him off
Have-
for like
Have you read
2
any of
silver
the manga
pieces or
of
something.
him?
I've read the whole thing. I've read the whole
I
thing.
haven't read much of it. The part that got to me was in the first few chapters of it. That remember he killed that apostle that was that girl's father, and then she's threatening him like, "I'll fucking kill you" and all this stuff. Then he just
Yeah,
kind of walks away and says, "I'll be waiting for it." Like at that moment, you think he's just a heartless bastard. Then Puck is flying around him, and he's like, "You bastard! How could you say such a thing?" And he goes in front of him. You just see that Guts is sitting there fucking crying. That part killed me, man, when I saw that. Like, goddamn, he's putting on this tough guy act, but he's a seriously emotional. So that's pretty
have
fucked up.
you've gone through the eclipse already? The eclipse part?
I've only read. I had the deluxe edition, so the big black leather bound book, and the ones I've read the first one and halfway through the second, so I haven't gotten to the Golden Age arc yet.
Bro, I'm just gonna let you know. The Golden Age arc is by far the best
is.
thing. And it made me feel so many different emotions that I didn't need to feel. And I never want to read it again because I don't want to be that emotional again. I hate Griffith with my hatred for Griffith is so he's my most hated character in all anime, manga, all that. Like I hate him. Worst villain ever. He
Yeah.
tops
Now the
he
thing
tops
is,
everybody. Tops everybody, bro.
the thing,
I-
the thing with Griffith
Oliver
was
says,
he made it
"Sheesh."
clear. Griffith made it clear at the beginning that his goal is more important than all the people that join him, and that they are literally there just to help him achieve his goal. And then everyone's like, "Oh, he sacrificed us to achieve his goal. What a bastard!" It's like he told you guys that from the beginning that you guys aren't anything to him. You are just pawns in order to get him to where he wants to be.
Ain't that
In
what
his
Thanos did?
words, what's that?
Isn't that kind of what Thanos did?
I guess there's Griffith, sexy bastard.
Oh, he's a
But
he's a
still.
he's a Targaryen. Okay, that makes sense.
Griffith
I mean, yeah, I suppose he's a Targaryen.
Griffith
Probably whooped them all in a sword fight,
got
though.
Griffiths got mad
He's a demon.
when he couldn't control
Dragon
Guts.
Slayer.
The fact that he
He got-
couldn't control Guts.
He
And
was
he
mad
caused
because-
the rift between him and Guts, which is the wildest shit that in the whole story.
Well, he didn't expect Guts to hear himself talking to that girl after they got knighted. He didn't expect Guts to hear him tell what a true friend is to him. And by Griffith's own definition, Guts would not be a friend. So Guts heard that. If he didn't hear that, if he wasn't eavesdropping, Guts wouldn't have wanted to leave at that time. And obviously, training so much, Guts became a lot stronger than Griffith and just beat him in a fight. Now,
And then
I don't.
Griffith became the worst person in book history. I hate
No.
I hate that man. So, bro, like I don't think I have more hatred for any other character like Joker, nothing. Like I hate that man so much, bro.
Oh, you can't hate Joker. No one can hate Joker. Come on now.
No,
People
no, the
hate
way
Joker.
I see it that Griffith didn't necessarily do anything wrong. My
Huh?
take on it. My
Jesus.
take on it is when after the eclipse happened, he became femto, and obviously becoming one of the God Hand, I'm sure it affected him somehow. So obviously it wasn't. I don't consider it Griffith that raped Casca and did all that fucked up shit. I consider it femto that did all that shit.
Oh, we're raping people now?
Bro,
Oh yeah,
Is that what you
bro,
just said?
bro.
Have you ever?
Bro.
Cool, man.
He killed his whole platoon. His whole everybody. He killed them.
That's all over.
But again, he made it clear that was his goal. He made it clear he would sacrifice them from the beginning. He straight up said, "I'll sacrifice you guys for my goal. You guys are just pawns." His words were that his word was, "You're just another stone in my path."
That's cool. He shouldn't have been he shouldn't have been as mad when people was trying to leave. You can't be mad when people try to leave then.
That's a badass picture. I'll say that.
You can't tell me, hey, you don't mean nothing to me. And then I say I'm trying to leave and then you get mad. No. It don't work that way.
I have to read the manga. I'm sure the anime is way different than that.
He kills, but yeah, bro, he kills everybody. After he kills everybody, he takes Guts chick. That Guts chick wanted, like the main character's girl wanted him first, and he was like, nah. And now he takes the main character's girl, he smashes her right in front of the main character, and has demons literally like they gouged his eye out, and my man cut his hand off to try to kill him. Like
the broken sword,
bro. It was the
what the fuck do you guys read, man?
No.
Shit,
bro.
No,
Guts is the greatest. Like Berserk is my favorite of all time, bro.
Is there a
I
show
hate
for this,
how
or is it
they
just a
ended it.
manga?
Yes, there's a show
now,
for it.
There's an anime that came out in the 90s that's 20-something episodes, and they remade it in CGI into 3 movies. It's not terrible. It's called the Golden Age arc. Obviously, it takes place for the Golden Age arc of the manga, which is what the series is. It's on Netflix. It's not terrible. I recommend if you can find the other one, watch that one. But again, I don't think that the CGI one is bad. Then they have 2 seasons after it that take place after the eclipse, which people hate only because it's CGI. I think it's done pretty well. I like to see more of Guts. I like to see how they did the fight, the badassery of him and everything. So,
It's just
I got you guys are pulling me in with this one because it sounds fucking ridiculous. I need to.
It's dark as fuck, bro. Like
I kind of want to see this
themes, the themes and everything, bro, is darkest. Like it's like it gets dark, and
that
the
one's
thing
called
about
Berserker.
It's called Berserk. And the thing about it is when you're reading it, if you read it, it doesn't start with like his origin story. It starts like with he's already being a real person. Like he already just killing people left and right. And you like, what the fuck going on? And then after a whole bunch of stuff, you like, how did we get here? And then you see like, oh, this is my origin story. It was like, you know, old school hood movies, and he's like, you probably wonder how I got here.
Yeah,
that's literally how the manga is.
It's the beginning of Menace to Society. Bro, you're probably wondering how this all happened.
That's a great way to. Yeah, yep.
that's
what it is, bro. It's so good though.
Hollow Red says it's so now because of Reckless.
I'll send you and Ray a link to watch it, the actual series. instead
Sure.
of the
A
CGI
record
remake.
scratch.
Berserk.
So, but
You-
before we sign off, because I do have a movie night playing with the lady. We're gonna watch a movie. So
I ain't mad at you.
we got number one, and you guys already mentioned number one earlier, so you have to know what it is.
Goku Saitama.
That's right.
Of course. What did we say? What did we
I
say?
say Goku. I'm going
So-
Goku here.
So
Goku.
that's Dragon Ball and One Punch Man, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So why this matchup? Why did they choose this? What's the reasoning behind it? Because I don't know One Punch Man like that.
The whole premise of One Punch Man is he literally kills everybody with one punch. Like that's it. So it's like how there's it's funny because you're making a whole thing how it's supposed to be a build up, but you know he's gonna end up punching one punch. He's gonna end the fight in one punch. So it's like the fact that they could still build it up in the way that they do, and like the fight scenes are amazing. But like it's such a hard thing because you got Goku who strong after every fight, and like Goku's one of them. I always pull out something to overcome something. Oh, look, I got this new transformation that I didn't know about 3 episodes ago.
I'm guessing Saitama doesn't have a hyperbolic time chamber either.
Saitama got one punch that kills you. That's it.
I've never seen his strongest attack either. We have no idea how strong he is.
Has Saitama ever died?
No.
How many times has Goku died?
A lot.
A lot.
So
Like, okay, to put it in perspective, obviously Goku could destroy shit with his energy blast. There's a scene in One Punch Man where he throws a punch and just the air coming off of his fist leveled the fucking mountain.
Goku's a cheat code.
Goku is a cheat code. Saitama's also a cheat code, though. Like, there's literally a scene where he's fighting a monster, and he's getting smashed around the room. Like, it looks like he's getting absolutely demolished. I'm talking about Carnage Kabuto, if any of you know who that is. But, like, the whole entire time, the only thing he's thinking about in his mind is, like, oh shit, today is this day, and that means a week from now will be this day. So if I don't make it out of here soon, I'm gonna miss the sale, and that's literally what's going through his head. Then he punches him once the dude explodes, and like he runs over to the sale. Like a big thing about One Punch Man is it's not necessarily the fights, it's the integration with his everyday life and what he's doing on the side and stuff. Like he's in the grocery store trying to pay exact change while like shit's exploding outside and stuff. And like he's sitting at home and the alien comes through the roof and like his first reaction isn't what the fuck. His first reaction is he punches the dude, he explodes, and he says, "Pay for my roof." So it's like,
all right.
that's the type of character Saitama is.
Goku's the cheat code, right? Excuse me. If Saitama was focusing on nothing at all but fighting Goku, does he stand a chance?
I think if Saitama can get his strongest attack in, I think it would seriously damage Goku, if not kill him. Because, I mean, like, Saitama's strong enough to literally jump from the moon back to the Earth in less than 2 seconds. So,
who was the other homie in the anime that kills people in one hit? Who was that?
You're talking about Mob Psycho?
Is that who it was? Mob Psycho? He kills people in one hit?
You talk about Kenshiro? He's talking about Kenshiro.
Kenshiro.
Kenshiro?
You're talking about him,
yeah.
Is the Kenshiro or the Saitama more dangerous of a hit?
Saitama.
Saitama, 100%.
Saitama. It's not even close, bro. Saitama is like next worldly. Like like he's an anomaly. And the fact of like his power is just unknown. So whatever threat, you just see other people struggling and everything, and then you know at some point Saitama's gonna come in and finish him with one punch. But it's just like, how do we get like the thing is, how do we get to that point where Saitama's gonna come in and kill him with one punch? Is always like the best part. So you literally just watching to figure out how do we get here? That's the whole premise of the show. How do we get here?
That really is a hood intro, a hood movie intro. That's hilarious. I love
bro.
that.
it's amazing because it's like you're not supposed to be able to capture my attention when I know the ending of the fight.
But somehow, some way.
But somehow I'm still watching like I don't know the ending of the fight.
I mean, because you keep seeing him getting his ass, like, looking like he's getting his ass kicked. Like the whole Saitama versus Boros fight. Obviously, Boros is whooping on him, but Saitama's not even getting injured. It's just the whole choreography of the fight is amazing, and the graphics and how they animate it is just absolutely gorgeous. It has some of the best animated fights I've ever seen in my life. Like they say,
10 out of
Saitama
10
versus
animation.
fight. What's that?
I said 10 out of 10 animation. Like you are 100% correct. Their animation is second to none. Like it's crazy.
Scotty, if you ever do something, I would go on YouTube and look that fight up, Saitama versus Boros. It is off the wall beautiful.
You
It
might
is
have showed
done
this
so
to me.
well.
I don't remember. You might have showed it to me.
I think I showed you.
Have you guys seen Anime Wars?
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I've
have
heard
not.
about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty dope. Let's just check it out.
Well, what is it exactly?
So it's like it has Saitama, Goku, it has like Vegeta going up against Sasuke. It shows like
Vegeta beats everybody, man. Come on, everybody.
like yeah. Here's the thing. Of course, we all know Vegeta would beat Sasuke if they're going straight at it, but Sasuke puts him in a genjutsu, and he's messing Vegeta up bad until Vegeta figures out how to break out of it, and then starts torching. Like it's dope. Like they break down like
Big Bang Attack.
Big Bang Attack.
Like, but that I don't think a lot of people take that in. Like if the characters don't know of the other character's ability, you know what I'm saying? Like how does he go up against that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's dope. It's dope.
So that sounds like the that YouTube channel I was telling you guys about when we did our comic episode, the Bat in the Sun. It sounds like that kind of.
Yeah.
After the face.
Big Bang Attack.
That's a fact. I was telling Riv earlier at work. We was working together earlier. I just hit him with that love of home fries.
I love my home fries.
Love my home fries.
Has everybody watched June? Has everybody watched Junie Tyson?
Junie Tyson? You're talking about a Zodiac Wars, right?
Zodiac Wars.
Yes.
Bro,
that shit was dope.
I need a season 2. I need something. Y'all got to give me another one of them. I need another one.
What is it on?
I don't think it's on any streaming service besides Crunchyroll and VRV.
Yeah,
I'll give you my login if you want it, so you can watch it.
Yeah, Scott, you'll like it. It's straight heat from the beginning. When homegirl, hold on. Homegirl walked in. She walked in the halls. And I'm like, oh, they give her backstory. I'm like, she's badass. Boom. I'm not gonna say what else happened.
Are you talking about?
I can't tell you what else happened.
I can't tell you what else.
Don't tell me. I'm probably gonna.
I gotta put you on, yo. That yo, and then what was it? He was the boar. He's like a little Sephiroth guy, yo. He was beast. But the rabbit.
You talk about Ox? Wait, no.
Yeah, Ox. Ox.
Yes.
Hollow Red said Rabbit was the one.
Bro, Rabbit, man, listen.
Rabbit. My man,
Bull was smooth. He said Bull was smooth.
I watched that so long ago.
Monkey was nice. That you know who had me tight? The rat.
The rat was the dude, though.
The rat was the dude, bro. You can't even, bro. Rat was that guy.
The rat, he was chilling when everybody was just sleeping, bro.
Exactly.
He knew what to do. He knew how to win. He knew how to do that.
He was like, "Oh yeah." He was like, "I'm gonna chill with you," and then he'd be like this.
Warmer
My man was
anybody can
vibing.
beat One Punch Man if they do his workout regimen.
Stop it.
That's what Warmer said.
You know, you know what his workout regimen is?
Right was the
100
realist.
push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 kilometers of running a day.
So you
He
tell
did
me
that to a
Bruce Lee can
circle
beat
out.
him?
No, I mean maybe I don't know.
Wait,
Rat,
wait,
rat.
what?
I say you tell me Bruce Lee can beat him. Then that sounds like a regular Bruce Lee day to me. So Hollow Red says Rat was the realist and Dragon let me down.
Facts.
All right, so
You know,
Facts.
you shouldn't sleep
Yeah.
on the rabbit though. Even though he walked around like a Playboy bunny, his fucking ability was ridiculous.
Yo, his
He
ability was terrifying.
Yes. He
Oh
all
my
right, so
God.
I obviously got to see
different.
this shit then.
bro.
He was different, bro.
Yes, Junie Tyson's the one, bro. Like, if you want just straight entertainment from beginning to end, Junie
Yes.
Tyson's the one.
If there's gonna be yelling and screaming, someone better be fucking dying.
No, you're gonna like it.
Like I don't want someone yelling and screaming because something happened and you know the dishes aren't done. I want something else. Yelling and screaming, I want some blood.
Just watch Junie Tyson, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You will not be disappointed.
At all.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
No episode is disappointing. None.
Shit is amazing.
So, but before we sign off, 'cause I know this is something that Truby's into. Cowboy Bebop.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, that was my show, yo.
So
yeah, it's one of my faves. That and Gantz, man.
Gantz, I have the manga for Gantz right here.
Yeah, Gantz is
they got the live
movie.
action. They got the live action of
yeah, that's coming. That's coming. What, the 19th, I think.
So, how do we feel about the live action Cowboy Bebop?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, man.
Because I saw the live action Dragon Ball, and I was not happy with it.
I'm gonna give it a try.
We're not gonna attempt like that happen. Dragon Ball never happened.
It's not gonna replace the cartoon Cowboy Bebop. You know what I mean? That's not going away. I'm not threatened by it. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear more music from Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts, man. Real excited.
I've heard they had a good soundtrack for that.
It's amazing. It's an amazing soundtrack. Yeah.
It's like the. I mean, I think the only one here who would get the reference is probably Reckless and maybe Riv. But I hear it's the above the rim of anime soundtrack. If you guys don't know, Above the Rim is like one of the greatest soundtracks for movies ever. Probably like next to Rocky. It's like that and Rocky, like the best soundtracks for movies.
In that perspective, I would say, yeah, Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of the best soundtracks. The next one would be Samurai Champloo, but that's also the same sound artist as Bebop.
Reckless has the soundtrack on vinyl for what? Above the Rim?
Nah, Cowboy Bebop. Hold on.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Okay.
That's amazing.
Trippy just got his pants wet hearing that.
Tank needle drop.
I guess Fully has a really good soundtrack too, though.
That's
nice. Look at that. Look at that.
Fire.
A little Faye Valentine there.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I really want Scott to watch this, though. I really want him to watch Gantz.
I mean,
watch the movie.
Off that picture, I would watch it because
I've never seen the movie. Like, I saw the show.
Oh, you have the manga.
Yeah,
I read the manga. I'm still reading it. Actually, I read what Joel had, and I'm still plugging through it.
I wouldn't be against reading a good manga. It's like I read through the entire Walking Dead, so it's not like I'm opposed to reading something good. It's just it has to really catch me.
So are you? I'll talk to you later about it. I'll let you read it.
Yeah, for
Joel has the first 3 compendiums of this thing, which is equates to maybe the first 90 episodes or 90 volumes of it or something.
Yeah, Joel has a ridiculous collection of anime shit. Period.
Truby, you haven't watched the movie on Netflix yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen the movie yet.
No, Gaunt Zero is amazing.
All right, I will check that out.
Watch it.
Does Does anybody have any no animes? Like anime that if somebody was new to them, you would tell them absolutely not to watch. Like, do not watch this. Like somebody's brand new and you're like, and they was like, yes, I was thinking about watching this, and he was like, don't do that.
Midland.
How big are you into the anime community, Reckless? Do you know what like the traditions are?
Bro, like I'm heavy, and so like I read and watch like all of it. So I go from I would read something like Case Closed all the way over to readings like Slam Dunk from way back because I love sports stuff.
They got that one on Netflix now, right? They got a show on Netflix for that.
What Slam
A
Dunk?
slam dunk.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I know it's on Crunchyroll.
Slam Dunk was pretty old.
Slam Dunk is old. Slam Dunk is old. They had like Kuroko's
Boomer
Kuroko's
said he
basketball.
recommends reading Vinland Saga.
Villain, bro.
Saga is off the fucking wall, dude.
Okay.
Great Norse
Okay.
mythology.
Okay. Vinland Saga.
Is this about Norse
Vinland
mythology?
It's about Vikings. It's a true story, somewhat loosely based true story on how the Vikings discovered America.
Okay.
I would say
I have gripes about Vinland Saga.
Oh,
I would say not to start with something overly complicated or something that's been like translated back and forth a few times. Like my personal first experience was Robotech, which
Yeah, Robotech.
you know also known as Macross, but like I saw the American version, which kind of makes no sense if you go back and watch like the original versions. Like I would avoid something complicated like that. I would avoid like maybe like Neon Genesis at first or something, or like you know like get into something
Genesis.
that's like has story and is easy to follow. You know.
Hollow Red.
Like,
how about American cartoons in anime style like Cannon Busters and I guess Blood of Zeus is another one that like we mentioned earlier.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, those are good, but they're cartoons. I wouldn't be into the anime. I always recommend people to watch Death Note first because everyone seems to like crime drama. It's a good story-based show. It's not over dramatic. You start to like the characters a lot. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, I had people that never watched anime. The first thing in their mind was the cartoon is for kids. So I got the guy to sit down. It was two people. I got them both to sit down and watch the first two episodes of Death Note with me, and they just binge watched the show from then on, saying, I had no idea it could be like this. This is not what I was expecting. This is not what I've heard.
Well, if the wife's down because we plan on doing a movie tonight. If she's down, maybe we'll start Death Note.
I highly recommend it. It is, you will get hooked.
Death Note's the one, bro.
The best scene in Death Note is the potato chip scene, hands down.
I would not recommend anybody who is new to anime watching Akira.
Akira? Why
Wait,
not?
that's a rough one to start with. Yeah, I would say
because
that's messed up. That's so messed up.
Like Akira is so deeply themed and everything, especially if you watch the movie. It's so different from the actual reading experience, and like being able to follow all that, if it's your first thing that you coming into anime based, I feel like would turn somebody away. I feel like that's something that you would have to progress into, because that's very like very extreme in a sense.
See, speaking from experience, I would have to lean on Attack on Titan for that, for like watching, because I'm not really big into anime. I haven't watched a lot of them. I saw Dragon Ball Z. I never got to GT or anything like that. I stopped after the Majin Buu saga. But my like the first like anime outside of that I tried to watch was Attack on Titan. It's just like I feel like it's fucking all over the place.
The thing with Attack on Titan starts with like a circle, and then next season is like, oh well, you thought this was the circle, but no, the circle is this big. And then the next season it's like, no, well, you thought this was the circle and this was the inner thing, and no, there's actually stuff happening outside here. And then you keep going outside, and then they bring politics into it, and then it's like, how do we get here? So it's like at its core, in the beginning, it captivates everybody because of what's going on in the inner circle. But then
Right.
as it expands, like more broader people who like scientific stuff like that or more political things and how that relates to anime and how they tie that in, they are the ones who would appreciate it as a whole more. But
Yeah, even the characters, it was hard to like characters in that show. Like I think Mikasa and uh Levi are probably the only two characters I was like, all right, I like these people. But like the other characters, uh, it's what's it? Aaron. Aaron is the main one.
yeah,
Uh,
Aaron's the main one.
Ar-
Armin is
Armin,
his
the
friend.
Armin.
little fucking annoying friend. Fucking Millhouse. I can't, bro. I can't. I can't do it with those two, bro. I just can't. I can't, man. That's fucking Aaron and Millhouse. I can't fucking do it. I can't.
That's hilarious. That's
And then
hilarious.
and they got the other the doctor bitch, or I think she's a doctor, but she's like crazy as fuck.
Crazy girl with the long hair.
She's like
What's her name? With
Hange
the Hands,
Hanji.
yeah, with the
and
Hanji.
Hange. That's how
With
they
the,
say it.
with
she
the
got like
glasses.
she got like pet titans and shit, and she's like
Yeah, Hanji.
Yeah.
nah,
yeah.
see it's man.
Nah. No disrespect to her, man. She that's my
I like
chick right there. She's cool.
Oh, you know what? There's one other chick that in the show is pretty cool. She's the
Potato girl.
Why'd
yeah.
you say Annie? Why'd you say
Annie.
Annie? What you say?
Yeah.
Annie.
I was about to say, why'd you say Annie? I figured, bro. I knew it.
The wife heard me talk
Yeah.
about it and came out here. She's gonna hit me.
I got one for Reckless here. You mentioned Akira before. Did you hear about Taika Waititi was in talks to direct a film version of that?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Hang up.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Yes. Yeah, I think that would be pretty crazy.
That is intriguing. I just hope they don't mess up. Like, I feel like when they did Ghost in the Shell, I don't think was a good representation of what the actual Ghost in the Shell anime and manga is. So
how do you feel about that?
I called
Joel?
that.
I think it got the same treatment that the Death Note movie did. It is a good standalone movie, but compared to the source material, it is trash. Because
But
I know Death Note, I know that the movie isn't going to compare to it. The movie wasn't terrible if I was watching it from someone who didn't know what Death Note was.
the
If I
movie wasn't terrible.
No, see,
it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
Garbage.
I see what he's saying. He's saying if
Nah,
you're
bro.
someone who's not familiar with Death Note and you watch it as a standalone movie, it would be okay. So,
No.
You
That
know
shit was
Death Note.
horrible.
That's why you're
All the-
biased again.
But
I mean,
can
maybe,
check, though,
but
the
that was
Avatar movie
horrible all
wasn't
the way
good, right?
around.
I was gonna say, can you say that
Alright.
unbiased? Can you say that unbiasedly?
What, that the movie was bad all the way around?
It like
I
Without comparing it to the
separating the manga and all that. You know, talking just that movie as a standalone movie. Do you think it would be okay?
No, I feel like they worried too much about, because I feel as though it was more about gore than it was actually about like
But see,
a storyline. But I feel like that way about like any movie though. I feel as though what's the purpose of the movie? Like a movie has to have a purpose. If it's an action movie, like there's a purpose for action movie.
You hate the Expendables then?
No, but it's like, okay, so my thing is, if I'm watching an action movie, I know I'm coming in to watch an action movie. If this is titled as a suspense or movie or a theoretical drama or something like that, I'm coming in thinking, okay, so there has to be a storyline to this. The storyline to this was there was a whole bunch of gory shit that happened, and I had a girlfriend who I can't trust. That was it.
Okay.
It was like, what? There was no intellectual stuff. It was just like, I have a girlfriend, and yeah, I have a girlfriend, and I can kill people. Watch me
what do you
slice
think-
this person's heads off, and I'm like, what?
So what do you think the best live action interpretations of an anime movie are. I got two that I really like. I like the Rurouni Kenshin ones that Netflix did, and I think the Alita Battle Angel, the Gunmu one, is done really well.
The Moroni Kenshin one is possibly my favorite. I hold
It
Moroni
is.
Kenshin like dear. So to see, I was surprised because I expected to go into it thinking like I'm gonna hate this because I love Moroni Kenshin. Granted, I'm still upset they didn't give me the last arc on actual anime, but I digress.
Yeah.
That live action I felt did it justice. I just feel as though Death Note was like a little bit above Dragon Ball. Like if I could put Dragon Ball here, like Death Note is like right there. Because Dragon Ball was horrendous.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
that was a
bad.
comedy.
The guy who made the Dragon Ball Evolution movie never saw a single episode of it, and he actually apologized for making the movie after. If what I've heard is right, which is kind of funny.
Everybody in that movie was Yamcha. Everyone.
Bro,
Hey,
no,
Everyone.
the best
Dragon Ball
characters.
Yamcha was nice.
the best part of the movie was when
The credits.
some besides that, there was a part when I think it was Goku, he says, I'ma end this. And he jumps up in the air and then he like fires off a blast and it hits Boma. And Boma falls down and gets off the floor and wipes herself off. And I said, how was this ending anything if it hit Boma, a human? And she just got up and was like, yeah. So what's happening? I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It was bad, bro.
That movie was bad. Even as a standalone movie, if there was no Dragon Ball that you would know about, that movie is fucking terrible.
It's a great comedy though. Great comedy.
The girl who plays Chi Chi is like the best part of the movie. But I also think that she's a great actress personally. I've seen her in a lot of different movies. I always thought she was a good actress. It's a shame that she did this movie, but
You hate that had to happen.
so but before we sign off, we'll just go around the room. Greatest anime. Everyone's opinion.
My opinion? Okay. That also goes along with I would never recommend someone to watch it first, but Neon Genesis is by far my favorite. My showcase is absolutely filled with figures of the characters, so I have to say it's done brilliantly, except the kind of remakes are kind of weird though. But they're still awesome.
Okay. So we got Neon Genesis for Joel. We'll go Truby. Truby, you're
I gotta stick with Bebop. Just that's been my fave since the '90s when it came out, and nothing's topped it yet for me. Just the experience of watching it start to finish. Definitely that one for me.
game at that. Riv.
Jujutsu Kaisen, come on, say it. Or Naruto. It's gonna be one of the two.
Mainstream
it's
anime
Inuyasha.
watcher.
If I was a betting man, I would say Naruto. If I was a betting man on this situation.
It's tough because I got my 3, and my 3 right now is Dragon Ball Super, Naruto, and Black Clover.
D says One Piece. Where was you earlier, bro? God damn. D jumps in and says One Piece. We were talking about One Piece all earlier. No one had any like real. Oh, Dwayne doesn't like how I say Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto.
I'm just gonna go with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Thank God you said Brotherhood. Thank God you said Brotherhood.
God, you probably like that
other one.
Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes,
that
sir.
one
Yes.
is
I've never
absolute
seen
wrong
Brotherhood.
thing.
I've only seen the original series and like maybe the first two movies. Like,
No, you can't watch the original.
Nah,
You gotta
bro.
watch Brotherhood.
You gotta watch Brotherhood, bro.
You
like
gotta
I
watch
started
it.
watching Brotherhood, but what confused me was it took place like during the same time as the other one. Like, and like some of the shit was the same. It was so confusing, man.
Okay,
Or, like from
Brotherhood-
different
the thing is,
perspective or something.
Brotherhood-
Or,
No,
Brotherhood
Brotherhood is a remake that's more true to the actual story, from what I've heard. I haven't read the
It's all good,
manga,
brother.
but
the Brotherhood mirrors the
Oh.
actual manga. What
yeah,
happened
okay,
was,
follows the manga better. Okay,
yeah, when the original
I got
was
you.
made, the manga wasn't finished up to that point, so they just did whatever they wanted to and just veered off.
He said that Full Metal was fire. Hollow Red said he still hasn't seen it.
even the original Full Metal is like what I saw. I thought it was amazing. The
it's
show
good.
itself.
It's good.
Yeah,
but,
it was like
It's cool till you watch Brotherhood.
Yeah. Right.
if you go on
Oh,
different anime sites like my anime list and stuff, number one is always Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That is always like number one. Then Death Note's like in second place, and then it kind of changes from there on. But the thing is, it's always one of those two usually.
Fun
I
fact:
guess I'm watching through
Joel-
Brotherhood now.
Joel has an anime that you can't watch anywhere but on Pornhub. Fun fact.
Hey, that's where I watched the Neon Genesis Thrice Upon a Time the first time. Okay,
What anime can you not watch anywhere else? But
it's just when movies come out, people like to take the cams and like the illegal ones and stuff, and they upload it on Pornhub for some fucking reason, so you can actually go there and watch old seasons of anime.
That's kind of goated though, isn't it? That's kind of like
It's
that's
fucking great.
some goat shit.
they
The
do
only
that.
problem
But you
is
got
people
also, if you
don't
have,
get it.
Yeah, Reckless. What are you saying?
I was like, if you have a Fire Stick, you can get Fire Anime, and you
Yeah.
go watch it that way too, as well.
Hollow Red said
Fire
he
Anime
seen
is
Dragon
pretty
Ball and
good.
the Chun Li movie. I never seen the Chun Li movie. I did see Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Evolution.
It's hard to say, right? It's so bad.
That's a great Saturday night. That's a great Saturday. So I will say it's hard for me to say what the best anime is because really the only one I saw most of is Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z. So I gotta biasly lean on that, but I am gonna check out more. The wife and I are gonna start Death Note, see how that goes. But Reckless, greatest anime.
Oh, that's rough. Because Berserk didn't really, as an anime, wasn't fully done. In that sense, so I can't put Berserk there. I might have to go with Claymore.
Claymore, I was just about to ask if you were going to say Claymore, if you've seen that one.
I had to go with
is
Claymore.
fucking sick.
Claymore is like Berserk, so like they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Berserk, but just as a woman.
because Blood of Zeus is Americanized and not a Japanese anime. Realistically, I can't really put that in there. D said Claymore is his favorite.
Claymore is like people who like Berserk typically like Claymore, and people who like Claymore typically like Berserk.
Hollered said
Just gonna say
Digimon
Teresa's
season
the
1
best
through 4.
character.
Jesus Christ!
Oh
I-
man,
listen,
Hollow, you playing games, bro?
yo, we ain't gonna disrespect. I ain't mad at that. I love Digimon. We are not gonna sit here and disrespect. All right.
It was hot when it first came out. I can't
Listen,
even
man.
front. I can't
Listen,
front.
Hey, when
Dark
Patamon first
Dark
turned into
Leomon,
Angemon,
Dark Leomon, Metal Edamon. We ain't doing that. Diaboromon, better stop playing with me.
It wasn't better than
I don't
Monster
know.
Rancher though.
Ooh.
Now what?
Monster
You know
Rancher.
He
It
said
wasn't better than Monster Rancher.
He said Claymore is better than Berserk.
I don't know about that, bro.
The
Calm
anime,
down.
yes. I will say yes for the anime.
The anime.
but
I mean, the
Berserk
anime. Yeah, but as far as the manga, calm down.
I Berserk is said to be the single greatest piece of dark fantasy ever written. And then on top of that, the Golden Age arc is the best arc ever written, they say.
Well, he's probably talking like anime, like not manga,
Yeah.
not manga, but as far as visual. You know what I mean?
I'm still
Claymore
upset.
has some serious shit in it.
I'm
wish
still
they would do
upset
a
how they
spin-off.
ended Berserk.
Was it as bad as how they ended Sopranos?
Bro. The ending to Berserk, I get mad every time I think about it
All
because
just ducks in a pond, man.
Yeah, he said,
what
she said the
happened?
show. Yeah,
What happens
they
is
agree.
the creator died. So since the creator died, R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
Nobody knows if they're gonna continue or just stay with his last thing that he wrote. So right now, if it ends with the last way that he wrote it, I'm upset. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I'm upset.
I've actually heard quite a few things about this. One of the big things is he does have people that worked with him and under him, and he did leave a shit ton of notes because he knew he didn't have long to live on how to finish the series up in case it does happen.
That's
So
what
there is
George
a
R. R.
strong
Martin did
speculation.
with what you call it too, with Game of Thrones.
So there is a strong speculation that his, I guess, understudies will finish it for him, and it will remain somewhat true to the feel of it. It might be a little bit different because someone else is writing it, and they can't copy him exactly. So you might be able to tell it's made by different people, but it should still have the same dark fantasy and feel. Is what a lot of the Berserk community is saying. But this is all speculation, so don't quote me on it if it just ends right now.
Yeah, I feel you.
He says Afro Samurai is up there too.
Now, Afro Samurai is an iffy one. It is technically an anime, but it's made between East and West, and I don't know if there's a Japanese for it. I don't know
So
if it has a Japanese dub.
it's in the Blood of Zeus category then.
No, Blood of Zeus is like straight American, but Afro Samurai is literally an American studio and a Japanese studio coming together to make it.
Oh, you can call it anime then, man. Come on, that's mulatto.
Hey, it has Samuel L. Jackson as one of the voices.
Samuel L.
Afro
Jackson's
Samurai
always
was
good.
pretty good though.
The RZA does
Samuel-
the music for it. Lucy Liu's in it. There's a ton of famous people in it. It's the fucking. If you haven't seen that one, I recommend watching that one. It is fucking great.
Amazing.
But yeah, man, we'll end that on that note with what we think is our favorite ones, because we've been up here for hour and 36 minutes now. Yeah, we had a good little conversation here. We wanna thank Fox Novak and Reckless for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Quick shout out to Sean.
Big Sean.
Big Sean.
Oh, you ain't have to do him like that.
Why'd you?
Man.
Why'd you guys?
Wow.
Just saying. Just
Why'd you
saying.
guys- why'd you guys-
Wow.
I don't think he got let out of the dungeon yet, though.
That is
He hasn't come out of the dungeon at all today.
nah, man.
Jesus.
That's low.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is the only guy in the league I can beat, guys. Okay, the only guy.
He's projected number one. He's projected to win the whole thing. He said I'm trash. Wow, what do you mean you're trash? You're trash for what? Hollow Red said Monster Rancher was short.
It was. It's not
I
that
haven't
long.
seen one.
But yeah. Anyway, y'all. We appreciate y'all coming out here. Definitely gotta do something like this again with another category, another topic or something. When we had the episode on Halloween, Reckless and Hollow Red came in and held it down. We had a great conversation.
Nice.
So it's always good to have those brothers up on here. So, Fox, appreciate you coming by too. With your anime knowledge.
Guru.
Yep. I've got no life, dude. I just sit here and watch anime all day. I literally don't do anything else.
He watches anime and goes to work.
I respect it.
I respect it.
He said I'm trash. I came madly and I was hyped for this episode.
No, you can watch your back, bro.
Oh no, he wanted to be in the comments for the One Piece. He wanted to be in there.
You gonna hate these comments. You gonna hate these.
Best believe you're gonna hit me up and tell me why that was wrong. But
most definitely.
Yeah, man. Signing off, man. We appreciate y'all.
See ya.
All right, y'all.
All right, everybody.
Catch y'all in the next episode, man.